Exchanging love with one pet is something that helps you let that flow of love. While if you don't have the pets, you have to do it with who? With other human beings. But that's difficult because we made it difficult with modern society. I'm Nico con la femmina. Everyone has called me Nico since I was born. I come from the south of Italy. Puglia is on the hill of the Booths. Very nice area, very summery, hot. And came from a beautiful family. And they gave me a great upbringing. I'm thankful. I always liked science as much as once to my mother asking, what would you like to be when you're old? And I was saying, I want to be a scientist. This is the reception where the people book their appointments or pay their bills. And then after they come here and they book the appointment and they sit and wait, and then I will call them in a consulting room. They sit there, the customers. I like to be sitting myself. So I let them sit and I chat with them before I see the animals. It's nice in a consulting room. The animal most of the time freezes. So he's here a bit terrorized by these smells of, of other animals being here, and they spread the pheromone of fear sometimes. I thought once I wanted to do house vet, going and visiting the animals in their homes. But that's very difficult to do because you go into their environment, into their territory, and you start poking them around, and they just react and say, wow, what are you doing to me? They would scratch back, they would bite, or they would more easily, not always. While in here, I feel safe. Get in here, close the doors, the animals start to be a bit frozen and say, okay, do to me everything you have to do, but quickly I need to go out of here, kind of thing. So it's funny. It's funny to see their expression, this facial expression is so funny. Hello, you. This is the only patient of the day. Beautiful. He has some kidney insufficiency. He's beautiful. He's a little bit scared. He's anemic. He's has a kidney problem, and I put him on a drip today. So many young women that buy a puppy instead of having a kid. Sometimes it is because unlikely they have some problem to have a kid, but most of the time they find it to be almost a substitution. Even, unconsciously, they are not aware of it. But, it's always the way they treat them. They're like babies. The way they spoil them, they're like babies. The way they fondle them, and they, you see the way they share. It's not like having a companion animal having his life, his natural way of living, and we loving them for such a thing. I was just going to take the drip off. I kept it until now, just 2 minutes. All right, thanks. So I'm gonna take the drip off this cat and sending it home, and hopefully we'll do better. Has been all day long on the drip just because it's been, as I said, this kidney are not working properly, so the blood is full of toxins, and the kidney cannot manage to just get rid of all this toxin. So flashing with the drip. No, that's it. That was all the trouble for you. Get the cage for you. Yeah, get the cage. Come on. Hey. Okay, you can come through. All right then. I was saying, the situation as I explained it to you by phone, it is quite severe. Now, And despite the fact that people has kept animals for centuries, you know, in the reality I'm living now in London, or you know, in a big town in general, or in general in our civilized society, they need something to share unconditional love with, to share, so to give and to receive, which it becomes harder and harder to do it in between people. Just a second. It's a severe case. The cat is getting worse. Wow, she was a completely different thing when we spoke on the phone and in the last.
This is exactly how she was
last night. Probably she having another one of those syncopes. We are on a stage here that is quite. It's quite of a difficult stage because now we have a diagnosis of what is actually happening to her. And all it just stays like all is the response that she has on treatment. As we said, if we have like considering 15 years old is like having to deal with a 100 years old human being, and you know, we do our best to support, and sometimes they react quite well, and it seemed, the thing is that it seemed to be reacting through the whole day, but now he's having another one of these syncopes. So you know, that makes the prognosis, you know, poorer than what I had an hour ago. You know, in these cases, it's just, we have to be realistic. If I would have seen her this morning like that, I would say, okay, we'll do all the treatment we can and we see if she responds. But she had all the treatment she could have had, and now it seems to have not responded at all. The cat collapsed as soon as she went in the other room and she urinated on herself. Look at her, she's gone down the hill so quickly. And, oh. Okay, so just we're gonna put the catheter in. Come in out. Sorry again, as I said, we've done the best things. Okay. I'm so sorry for this girl. I had the hope for you. She was responding. But at the same time, I'm glad she's happened here and not what she's got to. She would have Who's your Monday? Huh? Ciao man, take it easy, eh? I just finished my Friday evening, and it's finished like this with the loss of an animal, which I'm all right with that. Happened, you know, in my years of profession of helping animals on their way out, often because they are very old or they have such a terminal condition that they are on the way out, and I have to help them there and put them to sleep. But you know, today I didn't expect this to happen at all, because this patient in particular was improving through the whole day.